What it do, soulmates? How y'all feeling tonight? It's your girl Vivica A. Fox, and it's an honor to welcome you to another edition of the one and only FOXSOUL Screening Room. Now, you did the right thing by tuning in because tonight it is going to be absolutely bananas. I can't wait for you to see the incredible works of art that we'll be presenting to you in just a few moments. And as you know, and for those of you who don't know, this is a platform for filmmakers to not only have their works shared by FOXSOUL, but to also chat with me afterwards about their creative process. That's right, we're doing things here, y'all. Big things. Okay. I done said enough, darlings. So buckle up. You're about to see a bad mama jamma on a mission. This is Hitch Girl.
In the beginning, my only aspiration was to be an artist. When I was a little girl, my mother taught me to keep a positive attitude no matter what. She said things like, when life knocks you down, you get back up, fight harder. And if ever I was wrong, that two wrongs don't make a right. But most of all, she stressed that if someone hurts you, you forgive and forget.
You okay over there? You look a little lost or something.
Camper trip gone bad.
What, you need a ride or something? Where are you headed?
Whichever way you're headed.
Huh. Well, which way would that be?
Whichever way is west.
You gonna get in?
Yeah.
So what do they call you?
They call me Faith.
Faith. I have a question for you, Faith. What are you doing a long way out here in the desert?
We're friends. Well, was with friends and then they ditched me. Now I have to find my own way back.
Huh. Some friends.
Like I said, camping trip gone bad.
Heavy bag you got there. What you carrying?
Bear spray? And some tools I don't quite know how to use yet. I'm making a film.
You're serious?
Yeah, I won't take offense, but that's only because I don't have enough energy. I've been walking for hours trying to get a good shot. Do you mind?
No. Go ahead.
You know, you're the first person I got to pull over today.
Somehow I find that hard to believe.
I'm serious.
No. Young girl like you probably got 10 cars stopping in a line.
That's not true.
So, you normally do things like this? Hitchhike? Alone?
Why? Because I'm a girl.
All that sexism shit won't play here. How old are you anyway?
What does that have to do with anything?
Because you don't look quite old enough to be, you know, riding in trucks with boys.
I get it. Do you do this? Pull over for strangers?
Only when they look like you.
Good car talks, the words of verse, and we'll keep up. The stars are flirting with me. Nothing else will go somewhere. Any place, I'll take you there. Nothing else.
Oh my god. Did something happen to you? Did someone do this to you? I'll be right back. I need to call someone. You need help. Can you tell me what happened to you? You need help. Oh my god. I'm gonna go call someone. Can you tell me what happened to you? I'll be right back.
You're awake. Sorry I locked you in. I had to pee. So you were asleep and there's a lot of crazies around. I got some snacks. You hungry? There's still something I want to know. What's this film about?
Oh, I don't want to bore you.
We truckers drive hundreds of miles. Day in, day out. Just us and the road. We don't get a lot of interaction with anyone. Much less a woman like yourself. It's a nice change from the usual lot lizards. Trust me. Trucker term.
I don't speak. Trucker speak.
All that to say you could never bore me.
No, I'm too embarrassed to say.
Why?
Because it's kind of like an experimental thing, okay? I travel up and down the countryside, filming strangers, getting their confessions on film.
Confession?
Yeah, their darkest secrets.
Why would anybody do that?
No, I didn't say it was easy, but as a director, it's kind of a job.
Sounds heavy. Probably not for the mainstream, huh?
No, this is for a specific type of audience.
Well, good luck with that.
Is that something you might wanna?
No. I'd be more of an observer. No confession here.
Yeah.
Hate to break it to you, but not too many people are going to give that to you.
So what you're saying is you do have something.
No. Well, we all do, don't we?
So why'd you pick me up today? I mean, I am grateful, but you didn't have to. So what made you do it?
Boredom, I guess. I was bored.
I never thought of it that way. It must really get lonely in here.
Sure does. But it's a nice change of pace.
Is that what I am?
No, I didn't mean it that way.
I'm only messing with you.
But it must take some set of balls. I mean, hitchhiking.
I wouldn't know, John.
Shit, there I go, put my foot in my mouth again.
Metaphorically speaking.
How'd you know that?
You know what?
How'd you know my name was John?
You told me.
I don't remember giving you my name.
So you mean to tell me we've been driving for hours and you never told me your name?
I don't remember you asking.
John. Maybe it was the last driver. You know, John is a typical trucker name. Lucky guess.
I'll try not to take offense to that.
No, don't. I like it.
I lost my train of thought. Was I saying something?
Yeah, you were telling me how I had huge balls.
Metaphorically speaking.
Of course.
But getting into a stranger's vehicle, you never know what you're going to get, you know?
Yeah, but I like to think of the goodness of humanity, John.
That's nice.
But like most, I mean, I've encountered my share of bad as well.
And you ain't scared?
Mm-mm.
Not even a little bit.
Nope. Should I be?
I'm one of the good ones.
Only time will tell.
I am.
Now you're trying way too hard to convince me that you're not a psycho. You're not a psycho, are you, John?
What? No.
You wouldn't lie to me, would you, John?
No, ma'am.
You do realize that that's what they all say, don't you, John?
Do these look like the eyes of a psycho to you? See? Nothing to fear here. But just because I'm not, doesn't mean the next one won't be. You know what they say about looks?
Yeah. Looks can be deceiving. Thanks for the heads up.
Oh, here. Let me get that for you.
Oh, I got it.
I'm impressed. Where'd you learn to do that?
I'm a big girl, John.
That you are.
Besides, if I tell you, well, you know. Well, now that I'm 99.9% sure I'm not sitting across from a psycho, I have a confession to make.
What's that?
The truth is, John, I've been bored as well. You think I'm hot? Oh, come on, you can tell me. I can tell from the moment I hopped in the truck. Isn't that why you stopped?
Is that a trick question? Seriously? Yeah.
You want me, don't you? It's okay, you can tell me. Well, since I can say I'm not sitting across from a PSYCHO killer, then I must admit, you're starting to look kind of hot yourself.
It's just too bad. You can't say the same about me. Wakey, wakey, John. That boy.
What the hell?
Like I said, I'm making a film. What I didn't tell you is that you were casted long before we ever met.
What are you doing?
You see, John, you are part 2 of my 3-part anthology film. And it consists of one night, one incident with a girl about a year ago. That's right. You remember, huh? Guys, I think John remembers. Oh, look at these eyes. I'd be real still if I were you. I think this one's a good one. Well, don't worry. I'll be sure to keep the other ones so you get to see what you look like after I'm through with you. Now I want you to think long and hard about that night. And when the spirit moves you, I want you to look right into that camera and confess. But before then, a little fun perhaps. Yeah. Where you going, John?
You gotta go. You gotta go, please.
No.
Just let me go.
John,
I'm trying to
don't worry.
let me go.
I'll be sure to get the best performance out of you.
No, let me go.
It's all right, John. The world is a fine place and worth fighting for. But the world can be a sad and lonely place for someone who's suffering alone. And when someone you love is taken from you, it's easy to lose purpose, your reason for being. Love you, Pam. And when that takes place, 3 things can happen. 1, you cease living or merely exist. 2, you decide to end it all. Or 3, you take action, create a new purpose, find a reason to live. When life knocks you down, you get back up, fight harder. And when someone hurts you, you forgive and forget. It's something I believed in then, and it's something I believe in now.
So what's your name?
Mercy.
But the problem with forgiveness is you can never forget.
Whoo! Wasn't that good, soulmates? That just made me like want to pull out like some of my old Kill Bull moves, like wham, 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 wham. You know, put on some Afro puffs in my hair. Well, here to discuss that amazing film is none other than the writer, producer, and director, Sosthene Zakuani. Hey, Sosthene, how you doing tonight? Welcome to FOXSOUL Screening Room.
Hey, Vivica, what's good?
Yay, I'm good. I've got to ask you, you have a very unique name. Where are you from?
I'm born in Congo. I'm from London.
Excellent. Well, welcome to FOXSOUL Screening Room. Now, before we get into the film, I have to ask you, what type of lens did you use to shoot Hitch Girl?
Well, we used vintage anamorphic lenses from the 70s. That's what gave the film that look that it had. It was a bit grainy.
Well, to me, I'm going to tell you, since I've worked with Quentin Tarantino, that, you know, we did Kill Bill together, that it had that very like Quentin Tarantino nostalgic, like throwback 70s kind of film. Was that a conscious choice that that's how you decided that that's how you wanted the film to look?
I'm glad that you noticed that.
I did.
I want to say that I can't believe I'm speaking to a member of the Deadly Viper Assassination Squad.
Yes, I should have been Black Mamba. Okay.
Yeah, so I was definitely conscious of that. Hitch Girl is my revenge-themed spaghetti western style film with a black exploitation influence to it. And I wanted to make it just out of my love of cinema and older films. So in the 60s, there were these Italian westerns that were coming out called spaghetti westerns.
Yes.
And, you know, I love them because they were different from the American westerns because they didn't focus on good versus bad or hero versus villain. They had leading characters that were villains themselves and anti-heroes. So I wanted to approach my film from that angle. And also in the 70s, when the blaxploitation films blew up and introduced myself and the world to who I consider to be the queen, Pam Grier, from everything that she done, from Coffee to Foxy Brown to Shiva Baby, I used that as the inspiration for my character to bring some of that flavor that she brought to my little short film Western.
I love that. So what is it about the 70s that you love so much, that type of filmmaking?
Yeah, just the characters. It was about the characters for me. And I love women on screen. I love women being, you know, the forefront of it. So I like that the 70s gave these women like Pam Grier, Tamara Dobson, Teresa Graves, just the vehicles to show their talent.
Well, I'm going to tell you a little story about Pam Grier really quick. I named my production company after Pam Grier, Foxy Brown Productions. I have a beautiful framed picture of her that's in my office to this day because she's had a huge influence on my career. And I'm going to tell you, she's one of the nicest and classiest ladies that you would ever meet. Now, I want to ask you a couple of other things. Now, is it true that you didn't attend film school and you learned everything that you know by watching behind the scene footage and just being on film sets?
Absolutely. So I didn't attend film school. I just watched a lot of BTS and makings of, and I listened to my favorite directors such as Quentin Tarantino, Steve McQueen, you know, all of those guys. They just said, just do it. You learn by doing. So that was my main thing, just going out there with a camera and learning. And it took a while to get to the point where I was confident to present my film, you know, to an audience.
Okay, FOXSOUL fam. Although this next short film takes place in the late 90s, it is very relevant to today's time. It explores what happens when a man walks away from what would be considered the good life and moves across the country only to endure suspicion, contempt, resentment, and prejudiced behavior. Let's head on over to Koreatown in LA for our next film, ELI'S Liquor Store. Take a look.
Everyone comes here with a dream that they fight for. I too had that dream, but soon realized it's a facade. Now my dream has become a fight. Day in and day out, it's a fight to survive. I fight for my business, my neighbors, I fight for my family. Everything seems routine. The people, this place. Sometimes I want to give up, but I keep fighting because I know there's hope.
Good morning, Isis. How are you today?
Good.
That's good. You have fun at school?
Yeah.
That's good. Here you go. And what did you do at school today?
Well, we did a math test.
A math test? Did you pass it?
Yes.
Good. I knew you because you're smart, right?
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you. You have a good one. Bye-bye.
My wife and I disagree about this line of work. She thinks I'm wasting my time with this business. It's the danger that surrounds my profession that makes her uncomfortable. But she's been so patient and supportive. That's what I love about her. We have 2 kids, Alex and Kiana. Claudia and I moved our family out here a few years ago. We wanted our children to have every opportunity we didn't. Back in Atlanta, I wanted to open my own business. I graduated from Georgia Tech with a degree in business economics. And I started out working for a capital investment company. And after 2 years, I went on my own. I realized corporate America wasn't for me. Some people told me I wouldn't like LA, that the people are superficial and live in divided communities that don't talk to each other. My wife, on the other hand, has fallen in love with this city. She loves the weather. She enjoys the diversity. It's taken a while, but she's made new friends. Three years have gone by since I opened. I have 2 employees, Juan and Min. They've been with me since day one. They're hard workers. I love them and I love my work. I'm grateful that I've been able to find people I can trust. In this town, you never know what can happen. I sell all kinds of commodities, depressants, relaxants, and even stimulants. People need all types of substance. I guess it helps suppress the reality of life.
You need to turn your sign around. Otherwise, people will think you're closed. You are open, aren't you?
Miss Ruth Goldstein is a great example of a routine human being. She's clockwork. Every morning, 2 minutes after I open, she strolls in. Her daily habit, a small box of low-sodium saltines, a can of tomato juice, and a can of cat food. People can be so methodical that they don't even realize what they do. It's as if their life is a monotonous pattern with no color, no vibrance, and it's apparent with everyone.
I have been waiting for you to be selling gefilte fish. When are you going to sell gefilte fish? You can't make good money without selling gefilte fish.
Would you like your usual bottle of,
You know, I think I won't.
Oh?
Yes, I think today I'll be fine.
Okay, your total will be $4.83.
Sometimes you think you have it all figured out, but every now and then, life shows you a new color, one that manifests itself in a shade you normally would overlook. I guess clocks, like everything else, need to be adjusted from time to time. It makes me realize we shouldn't presume that people are set in the patterns they normally walk.
¿De color o de
No, sí, café lo coge la señora muchacha. La señora que está
두
bien
개
café.
사야지.
A few more hours to go, and the day will be done. Around this time is when the vagrants and delinquents always come out.
Hey, good evening, Mr. O.
Hi. So, how's business?
Everything's good. Busy, but good. How's business for you?
It's been slow this month. Got a customer. You know, those people can be very troublesome sometimes. You know.
Good night, Mr. O.
Here.
Heidi.
Nighttime pleasure.
How you doing this evening?
The worst is when your own people discriminate against you. They see someone like me behind the counter, their first impression is that I work for someone else. They can't picture me as a proprietor of business.
And that'll be $18.50. I'm sorry, do you have anything smaller?
No, I don't.
Well, I'm sorry, sir. I can't accept $50 bills. I'm sorry, sir. No credit card purchases under $20.
I can't believe this.
Can I speak to the owner?
I am the owner.
Man, quit playing. Just let me talk to the owner.
I just told you I am the owner.
Man, you ain't Korean? You trying to tell me you own a liquor store in Koreatown? Honey, look. A black man with a liquor store in Koreatown. Ain't that something?
I'll tell you what. Normally I don't do this, but seeing as it's celebrating, I'll make an exception.
Thank you. See, black ass Uncle Tom, baby.
Mm-hmm. Always watching the massive shit.
Stay strong, my brother.
I bend the rules, I compromise, and still, it doesn't make a difference.
I don't like you too.
No,
Well,
actually,
look.
just because Mr. Johnson totally hit on her.
I know that's really gross.
No, listen. Do you know Jenny? Sarah?
Okay.
Okay,
let's not even talk about her. It's not worth
did
it.
she blow him?
It's not worth it. That's
She
took. I heard it's like all curved and crap.
took a hot dog and actually experimented with it. Oh, wait, shh. Girls. Let's
Give me gas.
You guys, come on, let's just get me on the show. Let's get this. Okay, get what you need. Right, let's do it. Okay. All right, hurry up. Let's do this.
Girls think they can get away with anything. As long as they smile and show a little skin, they think I'm sold. Can I see some ID, please?
Oh, yeah. Here you go.
Miss Navarro.
Mm-hmm.
So you were born in 1968?
Yes.
You know that was the same year that Martin Luther King and Bobby Kennedy were killed.
Yes, it was a terrible year.
You know what, we're from UCLA Law School, and we're here just to pick up some drinks for a sweet, sweet party.
That sounds nice, but maybe you can go back to college and bring somebody back here with a valid ID.
That was a valid ID.
Oh,
What?
come on, sweetie. The sooner you sell us the beer, the sooner we'll get out of your hair.
I'm sorry.
Come on, she showed you her ID. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, she showed me an ID. It wasn't her ID.
I mean, come on, we're just some girls trying to have some fun.
I know.
Come on, just this once.
Ladies, I'm sorry. I can't sell you this alcohol.
What?
No, ladies, I can't sell you this alcohol.
Me love you long time.
Not in here, you won't.
Oh,
Can you just do it this once?
Oh, come on. You know what, dude? Whatever, dude. Whatever.
You have to get out of here.
It sucks. Stupid.
You know, I hope you go out of business.
It smells like grandpa butt crack in here.
Young people want to have fun. I was like them too. I'm sure someone will end up buying into their escapade. But as for me, I have a responsibility. I have to try and make a difference. One more hour to go. I'm tired. Sometimes it seems like it never ends. People, business, routine, life in its cycle without change. Every time I look out here, I get mesmerized. The colors and lights blend together, making reality seem to fade away.
야, 너 술 좀 먹었어, 이 새끼야?
그래, 아저씨. 왜 안 열어?
야,
이거
이거
안
가!
열어, 왜?
꺼져, 이 새끼야! 꺼져, 말이야!
꼰대! 꼰대! 쳤어?
그래, 이
우리가
새끼야!
돈
꼰대다,
벌잖아!
이 새끼야!
개새끼야! 어? 개새끼 말이야!
Get the hell out of here!
야, 어른들이 얘기할 때는 가만히 있어. 빨리 들어가.
너 했어? 깜둥이 개새끼 말이야. 가서 들어가.
Look, we can do this either one or two ways. You leave on your own, or you can be escorted by LA's finest.
야, 경찰인데. 가자, 됐어. 가자.
응,
됐어.
알았어.
야, 이 새끼야!
Are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm okay. 야, 이 새끼 너 오지 마, 이제!
I wanted to hit him. I felt the old rage boiling inside, but I held it in. Didn't let myself lose control. What would it prove anyway? The only thing it would cause is more trouble.
너 여기 들어오면 안 돼.
Where's the beer? I got money to pay for it.
야, 새끼야, 나가.
Oh, you can't treat me like this. Here, I came in to buy something. Go stack some rice, you asshole.
나가, 이 새끼야! 아이!
Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, go back to China, yeah.
뭐라고? Not Chinese! Korean! Get out! No!
I fought people like you in Vietnam. How the hell you come to my country and you own a store? My country, you get out, you no English-speaking gook.
Sir, you need to leave immediately.
Who the fuck are you? Get your hands off of me.
Either you leave or I'm gonna have the police arrest you.
Arrested? I just came in here to get drunk. What? My money's no good. I can't buy a drink without being harassed by this VC or your porch monkey Joe over
That's
here.
enough. Come on.
Asshole! got rights. I'm an American.
I try hard to be professional and treat everyone with respect, but oftentimes I'm the victim. It's not about black or white. It's not about yellow or red. It's the human condition. It's nature and tendencies. No matter what your status is or where you come from, perceptions of people dictate how we treat them. My father always taught me to live honest and faithful. I try every day to live by those words. If not for me, at least for my family. I don't know what lies ahead for my future. I don't have all the answers, but I pray that people will wake up.
By the way, thank you for the other night.
Oh, it's no problem.
Really appreciate it.
It's my pleasure, Mr. O. You have a great night.
You too. Bye-bye.
We all need to wake up. I believe people can change, and I hope for all our sakes that it happens soon.
Here with me tonight are the masterminds behind ELI'S Liquor Store, Arnold Chun and Alonzo Jones. Hey guys, welcome to FOXSOUL Screening Room.
Hey, Miss Vivica, thanks for having us.
You are so welcome. Listen,
How you doing?
I'm good, love. I loved ELI'S Liquor Store. Tell me the story behind making this film.
Well, me and Arnold met back in 2005, and the day after I moved to LA. We were on set, and we were talking, and we ended up getting to be friends and whatnot, and we started writing a script of our own because we was noticing there was a lot of there wasn't a lot of us minorities behind the camera or writing our own stories and everything. And so we started writing a feature, and in the midst of writing the feature, Arnold was on his way over to my house. He came over, he was late, and I was like, "You're running out of CP time." And he was like, "What's that?" And I told him what it was, and he was like, "Well, basically, we got the same thing. We call it KP time." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So we started talking about similarities and differences and stereotypes, and then in the midst of writing the feature, we took a break from that and wrote ELI'S Liquor Store.
And speaking of stereotypes, one line that cracked me up was when the guy said, "A black man with a liquor store in Koreatown." That scene, it was really deep and, made me think. So being that two of them were both black men, what did you think took them by surprise?
Oftentimes, we've seen for Alonzo and I, a very typical scenario where I play a business owner and Alonzo's a customer, and it ultimately leads in a very dramatic, sort of violent ending. I can't tell you how many films we've seen that have that kind of portrayal, and that really challenged us in a way to kind of think about. We've seen real life characters that aren't that way that we've seen in film, and we thought, what could we do that could really make a statement about the collaboration between the African American community and the Asian American community, and something that could influence and really inspire people to look at a different thread line when it comes to the American dream. Because for a lot of the immigrants that come to this country, that's what lures them here, the possibility and the endeavor to build and to grow and to become bigger than what they had in their own country. And ELI'S Liquor Store literally came from that genesis, and looking at, what if it was an African American that owned a liquor store in Koreatown? What would that be like?
Now, I witnessed the struggle that Elijah faced as he tried to overlook the disrespect. What message do you want viewers to take away from the film?
We wanted to really highlight, or just to recognize, the subtle racisms. That way you can start to combat the real issue of racism. You got to realize that it's there. You really got to see that it's there. And it starts small,
Mm-hmm. Well, would that mean that when you say that it starts small, is that why you chose the set for a liquor store?
Basically, it's just, there's a lot of different nationalities and ethnicities that come through liquor stores. Everybody comes through there. And that's why we really try to include as many ethnicities as we could.
So, Alonzo, what changes do you think that, we need to have made for the nation to end all of this hate?
Well, basically, like I said, we have to start looking at each other as human beings, and have some empathy for each other.
Yes,
there's a lot of things going on, and not to get too political or whatever, but us minorities, we have to realize when things sometimes might try to divide us or pit us against each other or whatever. And working with Arnold through Eli's, and since we first met, I recognize a lot of similarities. Now, I grew up in the Midwest, and moving out to LA was like a big melting pot. I was open to a lot of different things, and my eyes open to the different ethnicities and how we should be getting along. And you just got to have an open mind.
I'm going to tell you something that absolutely warms my heart with seeing you two men working together. Here's an African-American man and an Asian man working together with so much that's going on in our country right now with, racism and Asian hate and riots and mass shootings that are going across our country. It just warms my heart to see, two different nationalities work together in a creative and doing a creative message, with your film. Because, I just think that right now there's just been so much division and hate and everything going on that it really warms my heart to see you two men sitting here together on FOXSOUL Screening Room, creating a film together. And so I just kudos from Vivica Fox and FOXSOUL for seeing you two working together. We want to thank you guys so much for sharing your work with FOXSOUL family tonight. I'm excited to see what you two have coming next. Best wishes, brother.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Darlings, I had a blast tonight, and I can only imagine that you did as well. On behalf of FOXSOUL, thank you so much for hanging with me and our talented filmmakers, Sosthene, Alonzo, and Arnold. Big kudos to you and your teams. Job well done. For full episodes, behind-the-scenes content, and more info on FOXSOUL Screening Room, as well as all of our other shows, be sure to check us out on YouTube, Tubi, or FOXSOUL.tv. And for all you filmmakers out there, don't forget to submit your short films to our website for a chance to have your work showcased on a future episode. Darlings, if you made a movie, plain and simple, we want to see it. As always, tune in same time next week for another wonderful slate of movies and interviews with our filmmakers. We'll see you soon, darlings. Bye for now.